Puss in Boots: The Last Wish should legitimately win Best Animated Picture of the Year. And I don't mean that metaphorically or rhetorically or theoretically or poetically or in any other fancy way. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish should win Best Animated Picture straight up. When I saw the trailers for this movie, I thought that it had a really interesting concept, but that like most projects these days, the movie was going to not fully realize its potential and just be okay. Nothing on God's green earth could have prepared me for the quality of this movie. This film is oozing with quality from every aspect of production, and I mean this 100% when I say it. If Puss in Boots 2 does not win Best Animated Picture this year, it will literally be a crime. Like, someone who runs the Academy Awards should legitimately be arrested for treason against humanity itself. Guys, I really can't think of a better way to start off this review than by saying Puss in Boots 2 is easily the best animated movie in years, and everyone watching this video needs to watch it if you have not done so already. And heck, even if you have, watch it again. I know I will be, and I rarely ever watch movies in theaters twice. But I'm gonna do that because this movie was that good, and we need this movie to succeed so we can get more like it in the future. Okay, enough of me just saying it's good. Let me break down for you all why it's so good. I'm gonna split my review into two portions. The spoiler-free review, and then the next part of the review that contains spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie, I'll give another warning later in the video when we get to that part. First off, this movie is just pure fun. It's highly entertaining throughout its entire runtime, which is only about an hour and 40 minutes. And it's not just empty fun that doesn't do anything else but entertain kids. It's genuinely thought out, well-paced, clever fun that kids and adults will enjoy. Heck, I think adults will actually love this movie more than the kids they're taking to see it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is action-packed, with spectacular fight animation and choreography, and fights with real tension and stakes that will have people on the edge of their seats as we actually worry for the lives of the main characters. Not only is the action great, but the comedy is pure gold, literally rivaling some of the top-tier animated comedy movies we've ever gotten. And I don't say that lightly. The jokes are hilarious, and it's not dumb, childish humor, but it's well thought out and well set up humor that actually works and is actually funny. On top of amazing action and humor, the world of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish feels alive, and for 100 minutes, we're taken out of our boring, regular daily lives and transported into a world full of fantasy and imagination where anything can happen. Seriously, the world building in this movie is mind-blowingly good. And the characters are somehow even better. If you haven't seen the movie yet, trust me, there is a level of depth to these characters that is rarely matched in the medium of animation. Puss, Kitty Softpaws, even the side characters like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, all have really deep, complex, and realistic emotions and character arcs that scream quality character development. And it's really amazing that a seemingly random sequel to the spin-off series Puss in Boots would have such well-written characters. Finally, the animation. Oh boy, the animation. Not only do I love the 2D, 3D mixed visuals that are reminiscent of Into the Spider-Verse, but the cinematography is on a whole different level in this film. Whoever the cinematographer for this movie was should be highly praised, because their work was phenomenal. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish looks visually stunning, and I'm not lying when I say the animation is both creatively stylized and top-notch. Okay, now that I've gone over a couple of the general points of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I'm going to get more into specifics that could ruin twists and major plot points in the story. So this is your spoiler warning if you have not seen the movie. Alright, first things first, we gotta talk about the wolf, dude. Otherwise known as Death. Not only is he absolutely the coolest character ever conceived of, but he is such a great villain. Every time, and I mean this, every time he comes onto the screen, the mood changes. We're filled with a sense of dread, and the wolf just commands the screen. He is just about as intimidating of a villain as you could possibly get, and I love it. He's not played off for laughs, and he's immensely threatening, yet intriguingly mysterious. Just the best character from the film, and one of the best characters of the year, live action movies included. Just the scenes with him alone are worth the price of admission. And I must say, the first scene with him in it, where he literally puts the fear of death in Puss, is practically perfect. His encounter with Puss at the bar is the scene that takes this movie from, oh, looks like this movie's going to be a little bit better than I thought, to holy bleep, this movie could win Best Animated Picture of the Year. I am just in love with that scene, by the way. In fact, I could probably do a whole breakdown of why that scene is perfect cinema, but I'll save that for another video. Death elevates every scene he is in, and is just practically a perfect villain in every way. Next, I want to talk about Puss. His whole character arc is extremely dark and compelling. Like, seriously, how was I supposed to expect a deep message about letting the fear of dying literally turning someone into a shell of themselves from a Puss in Boots movie? The way Puss realistically grapples with his mortality and how he has been carelessly spending his lives, and how this wolf might literally kill him for good, is both dark, but again, compelling. Even though Puss's arc of learning how to allow others to help him and be vulnerable isn't necessarily new, it doesn't feel repetitive and is done in a way that feels refreshing, realistic, and unique to Puss and his story. It's exquisite writing. You know what else is exquisite writing? Jiminy Cricket. Dude, Jiminy Cricket is the funniest character in this movie. His interactions with Jack Horner were comedy gold. Just absolutely ingenious writing from the team behind Puss in Boots. Finally, the way that each character comes to realize that their wish is either something they don't really need or already have is really touching and is pulled off extremely well. Not once does the message feel corny, forced, or undeserved, but it was conveyed in an extremely realistic manner. I could go into more depth on the unexpected but very welcomed, fleshed out personalities and character arcs of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, or the excellent writing of Kitty Softpaw's character, or how Jack Horner is a hilarious and threatening villain, or even how Perito somehow doesn't come across as annoying, even though his type of character pretty much always does so. But if you've already seen the movie, then you already know all of these things. And honestly, I have so much to say about this movie that this review could be over 30 minutes. So I think I'll wrap it up here. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was the most unexpected and pleasant surprise I've received in a long time. And I really do think it deserves to win Best Animated Picture this year. It completely shattered any expectations I had for it, and it makes me extremely hopeful for the direction DreamWorks is headed in. If you haven't seen the movie, please go do so, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a great day.